Hey Visionary, I'm Kelsey. I'm a business coach, I'm an online marketing consultant, and the Chief Visionary Officer here at Visionary HQ. I help aspiring and startup entrepreneurs who are ready to make their first or next 50,000 in business to uncover their brilliance and to accelerate their growth. If there's one thing I know to be true after working with hundreds and hundreds of people just like you, it's that we all have the ability to turn an idea into a profitable and wildly successful business. Yet many of us find ourselves paralyzed by boundless amounts of fear, overwhelm, uncertainty, self-doubt. Sound familiar? Isn't there an easier way to move through this journey of launching an online business? So come with me, let's dive into the Visionary Accelerator. So let me zoom the lens back on my journey for a second. At one point, I was probably where you are right now. I was confused, yet committed to bringing my business vision to life. At the time, many years ago, I was working in a marketing job that was no longer fulfilling me. I was lacking clarity as to what I would do if I quit and if I pursued my own path, but I knew I was craving that freedom and just to have more creativity in the work that I was doing. I knew I could handle being my own boss, and deep down, I knew I had what it took to build an online business, but I had no idea where to begin, so I did nothing at all. Does that sound familiar? So I want to encourage you to listen to your inner voice rather than the noise of the world, because I know that inner voice right now is probably nudging you, saying, this is not your path, you're meant for more. And if you stop listening to it, or if you don't listen to it, it just grows louder and louder and louder until one day it screams. That's what happened to me. So let's not let yours get that loud. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to stop playing safe. And it's time to give up on following the herd of doing what everyone else is doing. And you don't need to be reaching for these archaic milestones that you feel like you have to achieve things by a certain point, but you don't actually want to, right? It's time for you to break free. That's what I wanted. I wanted to take action, to actually follow my heart, to tackle my biggest goals before it was too late. And I knew I could make money doing something I loved. So let me show you the same framework that helped me. So it's time to revision. This is the very first step of the Visionary Accelerator framework. Can I tell you something? Your life is what happens when you're not on autopilot. Many of you have found yourselves on the fast track to living a mediocre life, but it doesn't have to be that way forever. Let's do a revision of your life and get to the bottom of what you're really here on this planet to do. So start by asking yourself a few simple questions. First, next year on this exact date, what do you hope to be celebrating? Which milestones have you hit? Second question, if you died tomorrow, what would you be sad that you didn't act upon? Third question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love your life right now? And you're not allowed to use the number 7 because 7's often the default. So either choose 6, 8, or any other number. And final question that I want to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much excitement do you feel towards your career path? And again, you can't use the number 7. So these are just a few of the baseline questions of the revision session where you take the time to really assess where you're at in life. Because when we have those baseline metrics, we can really start to make improvements and plan for growth. The next tool I want to share is the Brilliance Finder. You have a gift and it's time to uncover exactly what it is so that you can explore the potential of making that gift your life's purpose. The uniqueness that only you have is likely buried at the intersection of all of your life experience, your strengths, your quirks. That's your gift. So let's get to the bottom of your superpowers as a human being so that we can infuse them into your business and create something that's never been created before. So I want to ask you a few questions. If your life is one giant learning opportunity, what have you been taught? What have you figured out, accomplished, or mastered that not everybody has? When you watch YouTube, turn on a documentary, or listen to podcasts, what topics do you love learning about? The answer to each of these questions is a launching pad towards uncovering what your unique brilliance is, and we all have something. The third tool I want to share is about stepping into the CVO role, the Chief Visionary Officer role of your business. Whether you're just starting out, you already have a business, it is so important to make sure that you show up as the leader that your business deserves. Treating your business like a hobby leads to hobby income. But when you treat it like a six-figure empire, like a CVO treats their business, then you make six-figure income. So this doesn't mean working 24 hours a day and giving up on your life as you know it, but it does mean knowing what those income generating activities are and working smart. Establishing a strong foundation for how you're going to build your empire leaves room for freedom and for joy rather than burnout and confusion. So I want to ask you a few things. How are you currently spending your time? Because looking at your schedule really shows us your priorities. So this is where a time study can come in handy. I want you to track your daily activities in 15-minute increments to see how you're actually spending your time and whether there are necessary modifications in order to achieve new outcomes like a successful business. Next, I want to teach you the power hour technique. So each morning when you wake up, grab a scrap piece of paper and scribble out each free hour that you have in a day. And then jot down what you're going to accomplish in each of those hours. When you do this, you're setting yourself up with a plan. And we know that what gets scheduled gets done. And finally, filling out your CVO scorecard as seen here. So this is a great baseline for reviewing your own behavior as the leader of your business and to check in on how you feel about your growth trajectory. So as you can see, there are a few more tools that I'd love to dig into, but I just want you to begin with the 3 that I shared today. When you do, the results are inevitable. Our visionary community members are on the fast track to uncovering their brilliance and accelerating their growth, and we want you to experience the same. Melissa is a personal finance expert in Ottawa, Canada, and she landed her first client in just 8 weeks. That was before we even finished our coaching together. She was just starting out. She had no clue how to market her new online business. So this was a rapid success. Camille is an interior designer from Manila in the Philippines, and she used the visionary method to reach a global audience beyond just the Philippines. She sold a spot in her very first online course within the first few days to someone that she had never met before. And then she continued to land clients in places like New York City, Berlin, and that was for her e-design course. Claudia is a functional nutritionist from a tiny island in the UK. She launched the Better Mental Health podcast. She increased her website traffic, and she has an extremely engaged social media following that is growing by the day. It's absolutely amazing. And this was all after completing the visionary method. Brittany Lynn is a nutritionist from Ontario, Canada, and she sold out her group coaching hormone program before the doors even closed. So she shut down sales early because she couldn't take in any more people. And there are countless others who have soared to new heights beyond their wildest dreams. I would love for you to be our next visionary success story. I'm looking for 5 motivated and driven visionaries who want to unlock their brilliance and accelerate the growth of their online business so that you're running a profitable business within the next 6 months. So if you are ready to work hard while having fun along the way, if you're motivated to share your gifts with the world, even if you aren't exactly sure what they are right now, I can help. If you're friendly, if you're coachable, and you're ready to follow that inner voice that tells you you are here for more. If you've struggled putting all of the pieces together by yourself, right? Then the visionary method is waiting for you. So apply today. What do you say? I want you to feel excited about waking up each morning. I want you to feel ready and prepared to create meaningful work for an audience of people who truly care about your message. So if that's you, click below, apply for a free call. Your most visionary life awaits you.